I'm Maria Sigrid, and I'm the writer and producer of Carte Blanche.
I'm Annabelle, and I'm the director of Carte Blanche.
Hi, my name's Ty, and I'm one of the costume designers on Carte Blanche.
Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'm playing Jamie McCloy.
I'm Nicolas Garot, and I'm playing the soldier Pierre de la Croix in the trenches.
I'm Charlotte Ward, I'm playing Lucy Oakes and Clarice Delacroix.
So I'm Matthew, I'm playing Simon Wilson.
So, Carte Blanche is essentially a story that follows two narratives, one in the First World War and one in the 1980s. In the First World War, we follow two soldiers, Jamie McCloy and Pierre Delacroix, and we follow their trials and tribulations in the trenches and their friendship as it slowly evolves. In the 1980s, we follow the story of Lisa Blanche and Peter Blanche, who, after the death of their grandfather, are requested by him to find out what happened to his brother Pierre Delacroix. And so slowly, as the play unfolds, we see how these two narratives speak to each other and how they run parallel also to one another.
Carte Blanche is a play about family and about the connections that we make as people and how the connections we make affect our lives presently and beyond.
Carte Blanche is a show about family tension, and I think that the reason that it speaks to audiences so much is because it really is about finding human connection in the most unlikely and pressurized of scenarios, which is always a beautiful thing.
It is a play about war and what we lose in it, what we gain from it. It's a mystery, and it's about family trying to find each other.
Carte Blanche is a beautiful play about war, friendship, memory, and the long-lasting effect of tragedies and the war of individuals.
Carte Blanche is the best thing I've done in Oxford. It's a really lovely play. There's funny bits, there's sad bits, and even when I'm standing in the wings and I've seen it hundreds of times, I still get swept up in all the emotion.
Carte Blanche it's an incredibly immersive play to me. Everything about the actual play itself really puts you into the environments that the play really deals with, the settings of the trenches and the 1980s. The characters are amazing, and they really help to bring the whole experience to life.
So Carte Blanche deals with ordinary themes in extraordinary times. So like friendship, grief, beauty, the simple things, and all this in the context of war, which is so extreme, is all magnified and amplified. So it's a good way to reflect on the human condition in a way, with simple but not simplistic characters stuck into the great abyss of war.
Well, it's a cracker. It's got romance, it's got friendship, it's got sacrifice, and it's got a great fight scene. So what more could you ask?
I think because I've never seen a play that merges World War I and the 80s. I've never seen that on stage at the same time. And it's a very unique thing to see. You see 80s phones, but then you'll see a World War I rifle and the tragedies of war mixed in with the tragedy of family in a time that's quite similar to ours, but still quite distant. So you can identify with both because they're both removed from us now. And what you link to is the personalities of the people you're watching. I think that's why people should watch it, because it's not just about war, but it's about love. And how even in war, one can find love, familial love, friendly love. I mean, yeah, it's just a heart-touching, is that really a word? Heart-wrenching piece, but also funny at times. Yeah, it's got everything.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I think the cast are amazing. The acting is absolutely stellar, and the production value and the production it's so well thought through. The costumes, the sets, the pieces, all of the props are really immersive, as I say, and really bring you into the environment of the trenches in the 80s.
Firstly, it's Edinburgh. Secondly, it's World War I. What more could you want? And the themes are, I mean, it's set in the trenches, but it's so relatable. It's just the way they talk about life. There's love in it, there's family in the 1980s and the trenches. Everything just kind of comes together, and it's really lovely.
It was, well, from a personal perspective, it was the first time I ever stepped foot on the stage. So It was beautiful, it was full of emotions. The public was really receptive to both the laughs and the cries. And I don't know, what a privilege to be able to perform art in front of people. So Oxford was already a blast. We had very positive reviews and can't wait to bring it to Edinburgh.
Putting it on Oxford was a fulfilling challenge. It was great to see the actors come into themselves and become more close with each other and connect with the piece and connect with the words they were saying, really embodying the people that they were playing. That was lovely to see. It was definitely nerve-wracking from my perspective, being a director, watching it all happen and hoping it all goes well, but all the hard work paid off, and it was lovely to see that I could just sit back and let them do what we've been rehearsing for weeks, you know? It was rewarding, scary, fun, yeah, all those things in one.
Designer, it's been a delight to work with some really interesting complex characters and think about how they present themselves to the world and what that says about who they are, and such a distinctive era as the 80s is always going to be wonderful with its colours and its different hairstyles. So from everything from the jewellery to the jackets, I've loved every moment of thinking and working with the cast.
We had a great time. It's a great show. We had a lovely cast and crew, and we're excited to bring the same cast, all that magic, up to Edinburgh.
It was incredible. I've had good reviews from all my friends that came to watch, and the cast is just so lovely. I felt so supported all the way through, and I can't believe that, like, if you'd asked me a year ago what would you be doing at Oxford, I would not have said standing on stage speaking in French.
It was a really fun experience. I've not done that much acting, especially at Oxford, and so it was really enjoyable to meet the cast, and it was a really fun experience. The interplay between the cast and our relationships really grew. It was such a friendly environment that was really made it an easy and approachable experience to act on stage.
So, watching the performance of Carte Blanche here in Oxford, which was performed at the Burton Taylor studio, was incredibly moving for me as a writer. I think to see the performance every night change in the way that it did was really interesting, because every night the actors brought something different to the play, and also to see the audience react to the performances, was quite exciting as well. On some nights there were laughs, on other nights there were gasps, and I'm really excited to bring it now to a wider audience in Edinburgh.
It means a lot. I mean, it'll be the first time I've directed a show that goes to Edinburgh Fringe, and I think Edinburgh is such an amazing location. It's just the biggest arts festival in the world, I think. So it's just, it mean the world to me, and it was just, and to the actors, and to the whole show. We've all worked so hard, and we all believe in this show so much, and just to know that we're amongst other creatives who would watch it and we could watch and learn from, and just being in that environment of creativity and the arts is just the best place to take the play for the first time out of Oxford, if that makes sense.
So for any young, aspiring playwright to be able to go to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is extremely exciting. For me personally, I'm really excited about being able to go somewhere where I can meet other writers, directors, actors as well, and also I think it's a place of inspiration where we can take inspiration from each other's projects, as well as being able to share our work with a larger audience.
It's such an incredible opportunity. All the actors I look up to, like the people in Mystery Theatre, the people in Six, all of them have been to the Fringe, so I'm really looking forward to going myself.
It's one of those very surreal kind of opportunities. The Fringe is one of these things that everyone looks up to and that everyone thinks is the pinnacle of kind of student acting and things like that. And it's one of these kind of surreal things that I never thought I'd be able to have the opportunity to do. And obviously now that I have this opportunity, I'm so excited to actually perform in Edinburgh.
But I've never been to the Fringe, and that's, like, for me, it's just kind of the next step up. So I'm excited to get up there and get stuck in.
Emotionally, it was already quite a strong thing to do it here in front of a local audience at Oxford, but the Fringe Festival is the biggest art festival, the performance art festival on the planet, so the emotions we had in Oxford will only be amplified in Edinburgh, and I think our performances will be impacted and will be even more stark and even more beautiful.